It's a key sector in every economy, employing so many. In Ghana, we're told that the agricultural sector employs over 80% of the working population. But how well are the youth interested in going into agriculture? And also the fact that a National Food and Agriculture Fair is expected to help boost that sector. It's expected to lend that support to farmers, youth, entrepreneurs, and the public in order to boost the sector. This morning, my guest will help us understand that, and then we'll see how FAGRO will ensure the sector receives support. She is the General Manager for FAGRO, the National Food and Agric Fair, and also an agriculture advocate. Abeta Nanechan Akosa. Good morning.
Good morning.
And hope you're doing good.
I'm good, yourself?
I'm great too. Let's start from here. How attractive is agriculture to the youth?
How attractive? I think it's shaping up now.
Right.
A lot of the youth are making giant strides and making waves in agriculture compared to before. I think the whole excitement that people are talking about agriculture now, people come out of school and want to be agripreneurs. They want information on what they can do within the value chain. That alone is exciting.
Right.
People want to go into mainstream farming, people want to go into processing, packaging, and all these have been done by really the youth. We have like Isiama of Agro Mindset, who is very young at less than 35 and is doing commercial farming. We have Nanadra of Guzagusa, who is into greenhouse farming, trying to draw women into agriculture. We have Farmer Brown, who is into rabbit farming, trying to bring a whole lot of youth into agriculture.
So the path is changing.
So really the path is changing. A lot of interest. People are. I am also into agriculture.
Right.
Only I'm into advocacy. So people should realize that there are lots of the value chain is really broad, and there are lots of areas people can really take charge when it comes to agriculture. However, I think there's more to be done. Agric needs a lot of training. It's just like any other field, and I hope to see that in the future there will be competition in agriculture.
So if there's more to be done, assessing Ghana, what do we need to do to make agriculture that attractive for the youth to get onto it? Education.
When I was younger, I studied in JSS, I studied agriculture. Now it's no more. Education should start right from the early stage, and I think it should continue till even death. And that's where we are missing. I think there is the urgent need to reintroduce agriculture back, because
into the school curriculum. I remember also reading agricultural science at the senior high school level.
Now it's, for us, we saw it, I personally saw it more as a punishment, but now there is a shift. And I think it should be reintroduced if you really want to get to the commercial stage that Ghana needs to be. Ghana doesn't have a university as well, a whole university for agriculture.
Devoted to agriculture.
Yes, we have colleges, yes, we have departments of agriculture in schools, but there's the need to set up a whole, and I think it's something that the government should look at. That will have, agric is very practical, it's a vocation, and so it should have all the processes within the value chain. They should have farms, they should have processing. I think the value chain is very dynamic, and if people get to appreciate it, we will all have roles to play in it. And I think there's the need for the government to have a university set
of agriculture.
Exactly.
Great. Now, the National Food and Agric Fair, how does it come in here? We were talking about attracting youth into agriculture. We were talking about making sure that everything that the country does hinges on agriculture, because we're told that it will cause a lot of development. Where do we situate the National Food and Agriculture Fair 2016 in arriving at this?
Exactly. It's 7 years now. FAGRO is, and I say with a lot of pride that it really complements the activities of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. It's a very practical platform, and lots of people have benefited from it, including myself. And we have over the years tried to get youth. Most of our activities have been geared towards getting the youth to, be interested in agriculture. Now, what's our role, particularly this year, in trying to? We realize that agriculture is, again, we are building a whole revolution of agripreneurs. People need to understand that agric is like any business at all. It's like being in law school. It's like studying science and engineering and all that. That's what agriculture is. And so the need to take it as a business is very critical.
So on the theme, preparation, knowledge and training business, the key thing here is to get people to understand the business of agriculture.
Exactly. And we have partnered with other agencies like Africa Lead, iSingapore, especially to, you see, to understand agriculture as a business, you need to have a foundation, to lay a solid foundation for it. You have to get a business plan. More often than not, people don't know. I didn't even know you had to get a business plan.
To go into agriculture.
Exactly, even farming.
If I want to go and plant some cassava, what business plan
you need a business plan.
So that's important.
Exactly, because you have to have long-term goals. You have to have your short-term and long-term goals. To go commercial, you need support from donor agencies, you need support from banks and all that. There is a need to have a farm manager, to have to put the right procedures in place, to acquire knowledge, be innovative, acquire best practice, basically to increase yield and productivity. And so there is the need for you to take it as a business.
As a business. But is that not what perhaps will scare people away? And if I'm going to plant, let's say, 2 acres of cassava and I need a business plan, then I might as well not go into it because it's scary.
It's, you know, some of the richest people in the world are actually farmers. They started with 1 acre, they started with a plot, and they are where we are. I think the challenge that we normally face is to have long-term goals and short-term goals, because we can't always be confined to where we are. It's important we set our...
We can't concentrate on 1 acre or 2 acres and stay like that. We need to expand.
No, the value chain is really like working now. You have to, cassava, you can process it. You can put it into gari, into anything. So that's the long-term goal. And so you can't really be confined to, we have to export.
Right.
Now the importation rate is very high. Now we have to look at all these things. So we have to have long-term goals in order to expand.
And how would FAGRO push this agenda, getting people to know that don't stay at one place?
That's why this year's fair is very important. As I mentioned earlier, we've partnered with Africa Lead, we've partnered with iSingapore, and they are going to take us through agribusiness planning, how to basically understand that agric is a business and how to build we can only contribute, and what we are starting with now is a free training program for everybody who is interested. And what's exciting is they're not only going to end there, it's just for 3 days, but after they're going to pick the 3 potential proposals, assist them to develop it further, and then help them to secure grants. If this first step is taken and there is a success story to be told, then people will really
to attract other people into and how many exhibitors have confirmed their participation?
So far we have about 45 who are basically, and I say the value chain system because that's what is working now. Okay. And all of them really fall into it. Some are into manufacturing. We have the financing companies. We have agri-input dealers. We have seed. We have also farming associations. We have other food service providers and farmers as well. And so it's really a full representation of the agricultural sector.
Okay, and for the public, if I want to be there, I need to pay, or I can just walk in?
No, it's free.
It's free.
It's from 28th, that's next week,
right.
Wednesday to Friday, 30th, at the Trade Fair Center. It's free. The program is free as well. We are inviting everybody to come and network, to associate with the exhibitors.
I'm grateful for your time this morning.
Thank you. Bye.
Nana Abeta Nana-Echan Akosa is a general manager of FAGRO, the National Food and Agric Show 2016, and also an agricultural advocate, talking to me about the fair expected to kickstart on 28th to 30th of September. Go there, be part of it. Agriculture is the backbone.